wanted to do a quick live. I'm gonna try to keep this live under 10 minutes, and I'm definitely gonna try to not go off like I want to. You know what I'm saying, for monetization purposes and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, I still have to say what need to be said. Um, Will Smith need to quit apologizing. He's apologized enough. He's apologized to Chris Rock at least 3 times. Okay. Now, he doesn't have to apologize to anybody else. I hope this is the last time Will Smith has to apologize, because now it's getting to the point to, like I said, they've dragged this thing on long enough. And I want to talk about that situation with Kevin Hart. Um, Kevin Hart, Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle bringing out that GOAT and taking a picture. I didn't hear Dave Chappelle say anything. He just took a picture, and people seem to be mad at Dave Chappelle. But this was orchestrated by Kevin Hart and Chris Rock. Kevin Hart, eventually, Kevin Hart's movie career gonna dwindle, because at the end of the day, Kevin Hart is a one-dimensional actor. Kevin Hart has a movie coming out on Netflix with Mark Wahlberg, where once again he's playing Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is a one dimensional actor, and that's just pretty much what it is. You know what I'm saying? He can't motivate himself to do different things. And at the end of the day, he just showed that's what he likes to do. And eventually, that's going to play out, and they're going to find a younger guy to eventually get the roles that was once going to Kevin Hart, because that's how it rotates in Hollywood eventually, if you don't do different things. But that GOAT thing, that was terrible. That was in bad taste. And at the end of the day, this stuff about comedians got to stick together. Look, man, this ain't no gang. All it came down to is a dude who said something, and he paid a stiff price for it. At the end of the day, for all the people that's sitting up here defending Chris Rock is not a saint, and he's not an innocent person in this whole thing. Because, like I said, nobody wants to bring up some of the stuff that Chris Rock did. Like I said, nobody wants to bring up Chris Rock's vicious attack on Kyrie Irving, for Kyrie Irving basically exercising his right and wanting to decide what goes into his body and what doesn't go into his body. But like I said before, he didn't say nothing about John Stockton. He didn't say nothing about Dwayne Kuiper. He ain't saying nothing about people that didn't look like him that had an issue with taking the potion. But like I said, Chris Rock is a lapdog for white supremacy. He's a dude that loves to talk about other black people in front of mixed company. As I said before, no black person should sit up here and really defend and respect Chris Rock, because, like I said, it's on video. My boy Torian Rain spoke on it. I spoke on it. Chris Rock deserves no respect. Where he's sitting up there saying he ain't ready to talk to Will Smith, but he blatantly sat up there and let two non-blacks use the N-word with the ER right in his face, and all he did is sit up there with a Kool-Aid smile. And he had to have Jerry Steinfeld check them on his behalf. This dude has mocked and made fun of black women, the black community. And like I said, he kept trying, at the end of the day, he kept trying to bully Jada Pinkett. Because this wasn't the first time he said something about her. This dude has mocked black people when they were talking about the Oscars and lack of, basically acknowledgement. And he started talking about the civil rights. Well, people back then had, look, at the end of the day, unfair treatment is unfair treatment. Different strokes, different subject for a different time. But that's what Chris Rock does. He's disrespected. I found out he disrespected Michael Jackson. So, like I said before, the reason why, um, the Mayonnaise Nation sort of backed him up, because he gave them basically a safe haven when he tried to distinguish the difference between a black man and you, which that was BS. Because, like I said, you actually have people really trying to do that are not black. You have Hispanics trying to do that. You have Asians trying to do that. You have white people trying to do that. So Chris Rock has done a lot of damage to the black community. So while a lot of you dudes are sitting up there defending him, go do your research, or you just want to ignore it because you just want to put this all on Will Smith. Like I said before, I will continue to defend Will Smith because Will Smith had to put up with a lot of stuff. He got it from everybody. He was attacked by his own community, and he was attacked by people outside of the community. As I said before, black people sat up there and showed that they ain't about nothing to a certain degree anyway. When they sat up there and let some white rapper sit up there and disrespect Will Smith, who basically made it possible for the Grammys to be shown when rappers receive Grammys. So Will Smith, like I said, laid some groundwork down, and he gets no credit for it. You sat up there and had people letting a white boy, Eminem, who made videos talking about black people and black women, defended Eminem. And that just goes to show you how ass backwards a lot of black people think. But then they'll sit up there and say, oh, well, that was a long time ago. It's funny. They love to, when something pops up that they did a long time ago, they want to say it's a long time ago. We need to move on. But yet you just seen people sitting up here trying to harass Ice Cube about a song that got made over 30 years ago. And he really didn't say nothing that was that bad. Eminem blatantly said racist stuff about black people. He said the N-word with the ER. But yet people forgave him. So, you know what I'm saying? Black people love to forgive their oppressor. That's just real talk. When I say The Birth of a Nation was spot on about how they try to manipulate people, in particularly black people, with religion, I mean, that movie was spot on, and that's why they sunk that movie, because it dropped too many jewels. Y'all need to watch that movie, The Birth of a Nation, for real. And like I said, I'm trying not to lose my cool because Will Smith didn't apologize to Chris Rock's ass 3 times. What more do you want that man to do? And like I said, Chris Rock is acting like a big baby. He was tough enough to make those jokes. Chris Rock was tough enough to talk all that stuff about Kyrie Irving. Now all of a sudden he traumatized. Like I said, a lot of these black comedians, they do more damage to the black community than help the black community. That's just real talk. At the end of the day, Will Smith pulled the G move to a certain degree that made people see him in a different perspective. It just showed that anybody was human, and it just shows that at the right moment somebody will snap and they'll go ballistic on you. So like I said before, Will Smith was entitled to have one bad moment. But at the same time, he keep having these bad moments to a certain degree, or at least looking bad in the eyes of many black people due to the fact that he can't stand up to his wife. Now, as far as Jada Pinkett go, because she need to start getting called Jada Pinkett, because she doesn't deserve to be called Jada Pinkett Smith. She doesn't deserve that title of a wife. She doesn't. And I got a video coming out about her. At the end of the day, people need to beg Will Smith to leave her. If any black woman listening to this video, y'all need to put a campaign begging Will Smith to leave her, because he deserves better. He really does. Will Smith is in this by himself. He might as well be divorced because his wife don't got his back. That's been proven time and time again. Remember what I told you guys in a video a long time ago, where sometimes your enemy is the one that's sitting up there laying next to you every night. I know I was married, and my wife, she was my enemy. She didn't want me to progress. She didn't want me to succeed. She was rooting against me. And that's exactly what Will Smith has with his wife. His wife is jealous of him, and she doesn't want him to succeed. So at the end of the day, based off the fact that Will Smith is doing this all by himself, he might as well be by himself. If I'm Will Smith, real talk, I'm serious. I would just get some divorce papers and hand him to Jada Pinkett saying, sign this. You could have half of everything, plus more. I would just walk away. I would beg her to sign it, because she ain't worth the headache. She the definition of not ride or die, not having her husband back, not through thick and thin, not through death do you part. She all about herself, and she's proved it. So I'm just saying. But getting back to Will Smith, Will Smith needs to stop apologizing. And all these fake scenarios people came up with trying to defend Chris Rock. Oh, well, he wouldn't have did that if that was so and so, or he wouldn't have did it. Don't matter. Chris Rock was the one that did it. Chris Rock doesn't get any sympathy from me. And at the end of the day, Chris Rock is 5 feet, 5 feet 11, 5'10". They act like Chris Rock the size of Gary Coleman or something. So just stop it. Like I said, Chris Rock brave enough to talk stuff about, you know what I'm saying? Chris Rock just said a lot of stuff. Don't you remember what he said about Tupac and Biggie Smalls? Don't you remember that? Oh, they didn't get assassinated. Them you know what's got shot. So like I said, he one of them dudes that think he give outsiders an outlook on how every black person acts. And I just want to tell you, non-blacks, this is just real talk. Every black person don't act the way Chris Rock describes us. And that's just real talk. That's y'all problem assumption. And like I said before, my uncle was right. What he told me about comedians years ago, a lot of black comedians, he said they really do a lot of snitching. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. But I just want to tell you, non-black, stop thinking that we're all the same way, because you're gonna find out the hard way. And at the end of the day, no telling what y'all doing behind closed doors, but y'all got something to say about Will Smith. And like I said before, I could just tell y'all right now. Chris Rock is he won't admit it, but Chris Rock is secretly traumatized by what Will Smith did to him. He humiliated him. Yeah, to a certain degree, Will Smith humiliated himself, but he humiliated Chris Rock. He punked Chris Rock on the biggest stage in the world, on the planet. The biggest award show ever, as far as cinema goes. Will Smith walked up there and slapped Chris Rock. And at the same time, Chris Rock did nothing. He did nothing. And he wasn't going to do nothing. Because like I said, he sat up there trying to bully that man's wife. Whether we like Jada Pinkett or not, at the end of the day, sometimes you just have to stand up. Like I said, all of us have said that Will Smith used bad judgment. None of us said that Will Smith should have did what he did. But a lot of us understood, the intelligent people. And I heard people sitting up here saying, well, his apology, that's what a man do. Man, he already apologized to that dude. He apologized to him 2 times previously. How many more times? Like, this is the problem. They always try to break a black man. Now, to be fair, I remember when they did this to Janet Jackson. So to the sister that's listening, don't think that I don't be riding with y'all, but at the end of the day, it's just called accountability. They did this to Janet Jackson when that ridiculous wardrobe malfunction thing happened. I mean, they just went after Janet Jackson like Janet Jackson was a sexual predator or something. Janet Jackson apologized immediately after the Super Bowl. She did a press conference. She said she was sorry. She said she apologized to anybody that was offended by what happened. And then they kept asking Janet Jackson to apologize. They invited her to the Grammy. Could you just apologize for and she said, hey, I'm not apologizing anymore. I'm not apologizing anymore. She got tired of apologizing. And to a certain degree, her career was hurt a little bit by it. You know, music didn't get pushed like it usually got pushed. She paid a stiff price for it at the end of the day. But the thing is, Will Smith, he make too much money. He generate too much money. And you know how I know that Will Smith wasn't going to be canceled? Will Smith getting $35 million for his next movie. Or I think he already shot it. But he got paid $35 million, and it's called Emancipation. I think it's a slavery themed movie. I don't know what the premise is of it, but it's gonna come out through Apple TV. It was supposed to come out at the end of the year. So let me tell you something. They're gonna, I'm telling you right now, they're gonna hype this thing up. Will Smith returned to the theater. And also Will Smith is in line, from what I heard, that they're gonna eventually shoot Bad Boys for at the end of the year. They trying to get that ready. So Will Smith is far from canceled. But I agree with Harvey. He needs to stop apologizing. Enough of this stuff. Yeah, he did. At the end of the day, Chris Rock wasn't even selling no tickets, no tour tickets. His shows were half empty, and because of the slap, and this is how people are. People just want to see a spectacle. So all of a sudden, his show started selling out. But then here's the thing, though: Chris Rock did Chris Rock capitalized off it. Did you know Chris Rock raised the price of his tickets from like $60 to like $600 a ticket? So you mean to tell me he didn't capitalize and benefit from getting slapped? But he's so traumatized, right? He said that it hurt when Will. Like I said, man, Chris Rock need to quit acting like a chick. He acted like Christina Rock now, and that's what need to be said. It's time for people to demand, since people want to put pressure on Will Smith. Well, it's time to demand that Chris Rock accept Will Smith apology. The dude didn't apologize to dude 3 times. Stop trying to buck break the dude, man. Okay, he didn't told your ass that he was sorry 3 times. Oh, I'm not ready to talk. And then he says that Chris Rock told him, oh, I'm not ready to talk. But you keep bringing up Will Smith's name. But you keep taking shots at the dude. If you trying to get past this situation, once again, why you keep bringing this dude's name up? Why when Dave Chappelle, when that situation happened with Dave Chappelle, when that goofball ran up on the stage, what did you say? Oh, is that Will Smith? So why you keep bringing it up? If you're not ready to talk, why you keep bringing that man's name up? Why you keep calling that dude soft, saying, "Oh, I got slapped by the softest dude ever to rap"? Well, the softest dude ever to rap slapped your ass. He slapped you, and you did nothing. You did nothing. You didn't even win, and then after the show was over, you did nothing. Let's get out of here, man. But for real, Will Smith, stop apologizing, bro. You didn't apologize enough, bro. At the end of the day, these is 2 men. Like I said, I'm not ready to talk. I'm so hurt. I'm so traumatized. But like I said, did Chris Rock ever think how he was hurting people? Did Chris Rock think how he hurt the black community when he sat up there and attacked Kyrie Irving? When he was calling him all out his name? Did he think how he was hurting the black community when he was talking crazy about historic prominent black people? Did he ever think about that? So that's for the people that's constantly defending Chris Rock. That's for you. That's for the people that's constantly defending Chris Rock, like Chris Rock is some saint, like he was a pillar to the community. Chris Rock did so much damage to the community with some of his skits, some of his comedy. But you don't see people bringing that up. Like I said, we should never respect the dude that sat up there and let 2 white people call him the N-word with the ER right to his face, and he did nothing. He didn't say, "Hey man, don't say that to me." Because I'm telling you right now, had they did that to me, that conversation would have went left real quick. Like I said, nobody wants to bring that up. But see, I will. Because I ain't worried about you other content creators just solely trying to put this on Will Smith like Chris Rock is some saint. Look at my previous videos where I did you know what I'm saying, Chris Rock resume. Some of the stuff he said about black people. That movie Good Hair was mocking black women and making fun of them. Don't you remember that scene where he had some so-called black hair and he went in the Korean beauty or the Asian beauty store and they said we can't sell no black hair. Nobody wants it. He was making fun of black women. But did some of y'all black women defending Chris Rock who did disrespected y'all on a regular basis? Like I said, this man got a 30-year history of throwing black people under the bus, mocking black people, trying to give white people a pass and a free will to say what they want to say about black people. Oh, it's just comedy. And I just want to tell you, you melonless mutants, don't try it. Don't try it. Don't try it. Not gonna go the way you think. Not gonna go the way you think. Steven, Will Smith apologized the next day. He apologized the night of the Oscars. This is his third apology. So once again, pay these people no mind. We could dig up their receipts. All you got to do is, man, I got the receipts. I got the videos. That man Ben didn't apologize to that dude. So what is they talking about? And for the people that sitting up here talking about um why it took three months for Will Smith to, well, it took Joe Biden 30 years to admit what he did in black community. And he gave a fake apology. It took him 30 plus years. So I don't want to hear that stuff. Tell them I said, Steven, tell them I said to stop buck dancing, man, for real. Tell them to stop buck dancing. That's all. Hey man, for real. Tell them to stop tap dancing, man. Tell them to stop getting the Gregory Hines on, man. For real. Tell them to go Gregory Hines somewhere else. Tell them to go tap somewhere else. Talking about it took Will Smith 3 months. Man, the dude apologized the night of the Oscars and the next day. This is his third apology. What is these idiots talking about? Idiots. What are they talking about? This is his third apology. Tell them to stop bug dancing, man. For real. That's all I'm saying. The man already did apologize. Like how many? Like for real. Man did apologize. Like I said, it took Joe Biden over 30 years to realize what he did. Kamala Harris still ain't apologized for all the black dudes she locked up. So that's what I'm saying. So you don't want to play that. You don't want to play that game. Mark Wahlberg still ain't officially apologized to the black community for throwing rocks at those black girls when he was when he was a teenager and calling them the N word. But they saying why it took Will Smith so long to, like, man, man, if y'all don't get y'all asses out of here, that's what I'm saying, man. That's why people don't respect black people. That's why people laugh at black people to a certain degree. Now, has Louis C.K. ever apologized for saying the N word or Ricky Gervais's? No. Has David Portnoy, the guy that started Barstool, has he apologized for dressing up in blackface and constantly saying the N word? No. But you saying why it took Will, man? If y'all, man, for real, man, shut y'all asses up. Real talk, man. Shut up. They ain't apologize. Need I say more? It's just real talk. But anyway, appreciate y'all listening. We just wanted to get that stream in. I'll be back later.